What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Today I have another exciting unboxing to dive into. Before we dig in, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I would love to have you here. And hit that thumbs up button before you head out. Greatly appreciate it, and it really helps these videos get circulated out there to all of the people of the YouTube land. So let's see what we have here. Ooh, yeah, looks good. So we're not going to cheat and look at the side. I do know what this guy is. This was kind of a pre-planned thing. Huge shout out to Vosteed for sending this guy in. Let's see if I can get it open here without destroying everything. Maybe. That does not want to come out of there. Get out of there. There we go. Oh, yeah. I forgot they were still doing the tins. Okay, yeah. Love their, they got the plastic double flap plastic totes that they do. They do these tins. They just do a phenomenal job. Let's see what we have in store for us today. Just awesome. They include an RE that you can take off of here and do what you will with. Include a little pamphlet there. They also include another RE, another sticker, and a microfiber cloth, plus the zippered pouch. Just an awesome presentation from Vosteed. And this is the very first time I have ever handled a Thunderbird. So we'll take a little zoom in here, and this thing is awesome. This is a knife that I've wanted to get my hands on for quite a while. So this is the Thunderbird, and we're looking at a black stone-washed blade, and this is some sort of blue Damascus. We have the... Vosteed loves their multiple opening methods. You know, they love to include, whether it's studs or a hole or a fuller, front flipper, rear flipper. In this case, we have a fuller into a hole with the front flipper and a rear flipper. Just a ton of different opening options. And then this guy is coming in M390, which I did not know that. I was thinking this was 154 or 14C. Nice little drop point blade here. Is that? Oh yeah, that does have a dual grind on it there. So we have a hollow here, I believe, a very shallow hollow, and then that goes into a flat grind up here. And this is almost like a Tanto, because you have almost what appears to be a secondary tip right there. I don't know if it comes across, but very reminiscent of like the old traditional style Tantos. And I'm not sure. So this is not a standard plunge lock. I believe the Thunderbird is what they call, is it the Trek lock? I'll know more when we dive into the overview of this guy. This is just an unboxing, first impressions. Nice thick slabs of G10, and they're very finely finished. Love that you can kind of see the different color combos there throughout the spine of the handle. We have a nice little backspacer there, integrated lanyard hole or post. Then we have a lower mounted deep carry clip. Everything has been recessed. We also are told for left hand carry, and they include a filler tab. Great job keeping the aesthetic nice and clean. Everything, just like usual, is nicely finished. I love that little ramp there. It'll be a perfect place to rest your thumb. This is definitely a great looking knife. But 2024, guy, I mean, Vosteed had some exceptional stuff come out in 2023, and it looks like 2024, they are just really starting the year off very, very hot. I don't know if this in particular is a new 2024 model or not. I think this is a fairly new one, but don't quote me on that. I know they do the Thunderbird in quite a few different variations, you know, between steels and different handle materials. This is one that I haven't seen before. I'm not sure. I'm sure there are other options as well as far as blade finishes and different colored G10s. The rear flipper works very good. Can we get, oh yeah, easy. That's a little different of a front flipper there, but it works good for the reach around. As far as the index rollover, works very good. For the thumb, very good. The cutout works very good. That's what we've been using for the reverse and the thumb. And then that fuller will be accessible if you want to get down low and use that guy instead of the cutout. So we got the rear flipper, the front flipper, we have the cutout, and we have the fuller on both sides. So you're definitely not going to be limited on your opening method for this knife in particular. And Vosteed, in my opinion, they do a great job when it comes to doing knives and giving a bunch of different options for deployment and also maintaining good action on the open and the close. So here's a little taste of what it looks like in the pocket. You'll have just that little bit there poking out, which will make for a nice easy in and out of the pocket there. As far as what kind of edge comes on this guy, probably a fantastic one, I'm going to guess. The RS Chaos and the Dachshund, the crossbar lock knife that they just recently put out, came with, they really stand out to me. You know, even if I wasn't, like, those are a couple of knives that I think of when I think of something that came out of the box and was extremely, extremely sharp. They do a great job on their factory edges, and this is not going to be any different. Very, very nice out of box on the edge. We'll go ahead and check it on a piece of cardboard as well, just to kind of get a little idea here. Oh. And I didn't even realize it, I just did. There's a place for you to choke up right behind that edge as well. So that'll be, and you can get a full grip in there, or you can kind of just do the tip, whichever you prefer, you know, depending on what kind of cut you're getting into or what you're doing. But man, that'll be very, very nice. Choke right up behind that edge. This thing is sharp, sharp, sharp. Nice. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, nice edge right out of the box. So you're probably asking, how is that lock holding up? Well, we're about to find out. Keep in mind, you know, this hasn't been broken in. Whatever that is worth to you. You know, some content creators say not to do this out of the box and blah, 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 blah. I disagree with those people because there's plenty of knives that pass right out of the box, and it doesn't matter what locking mechanism we're talking about. Plenty of them pass right out of the box, and if a knife does fail right out of the box, there's a 50-50 chance that it's going to continue failing for whatever the reason might be. There might be a coating on the lock face or the tang. The geometry might just be wrong, or it might need broken in, and that break-in period could take a long, long time. So I kind of want to know right out of the box, what am I up against? What am I dealing with? And then you can kind of start to dive into a fix for the knife. That's just my 2 cents. If you don't like it, you can click to the next one. It's solid though. Yeah, baby. Good to see. Good to see. Great to see, baby. So this has been a very popular model for Vosteed for quite a while. And I see why. And I know why. Vosteed, just from their unpackaging to the actual product, you know, they just do a phenomenal job. Of course, they've had some growing pains over the last year or two, but what company doesn't? And that's one thing I commend Vosteed for doing, is they took the issue that, you know, an issue or two that they were having, and have worked on it and fully corrected it. So nothing but high praise for Vosteed. There's not going to be a perfect company out there. There isn't a perfect company out there, no matter how much you want to believe that. And I don't care if we're talking about very small batch production stuff. If we're talking about customs, I don't care what we're talking about. There's going to be issues. Even in expensive custom knives, there is issues that are going to be found in those knives. So, you know, Vosteed recognizing and fixing immediately, there's nothing but high praise there from me. So we're looking at a decent size here, 7 3/4 overall, 3 1/4 on the total blade length there, and about 3 1/8 or so for our cutting edge. And like I said, guys, as far as, you know, I think most people have gotten over the fact that there are certain button locks and button style locks that have had issues. But in my experience, since the early Raccoon button locks, which has been a while at this point, I have not had a Vosteed knife fail yet. From the Corgi to the Thunderbird to the Chaos to the Dachshund to the new crossbar Raccoons. Even I've heard the new button lock Raccoons they're all good. So, of course, there's going to be issues like I just said. Not everything is going to be 100% perfect. But I think for the most part, they have all of this stuff nailed down, or is getting nailed down. And I just wanted to touch on that whole lock testing thing again. If the knife is going to have issues out of the box, you need to know that. So that way you know if you can fix it. Can you fix it? What is it going to need to be fixed, right? It doesn't need anything. It doesn't need a break-in. It doesn't need sanded down. It doesn't need sent back. You know, so I don't know why that came to a couple of these people's minds and think that's the right way to go about that. Now, I can understand not whaling it, you know, like it's a baseball bat into, you know, a 2x6, you know, or whatever. But you should want to know out of the box what you are getting, break in or not. Those are just my opinions, of course, but I want to know. So that way I can deal with it if need be. And if there's nothing to deal with, then you can keep breaking it in, you know, and live your life. But those are things I want to know out of the box. I want to know the functional things immediately. That is the whole point of buying a knife that has a lock. You want to know it's sharp, comfortable, it locks up, it stays locked up, it's easy to get in and out of the pocket. You want to know those things out of the box, or you're wasting your time. So those are just my opinions. I want to let you guys know those types of things. in the unboxing. And then in the overviews, we can dive in more as to how the knife is doing on all those fronts and more. And then in the long-term review, of course, we can go over even more so. How is it held up and all of those sort of things. So just something I felt like ranting about at this very moment. That'll do it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I love hearing from you all down there, especially about these newer knives. Really like your guys' input and insight. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate it. Really helps these videos get circulated. And if you're new here or you've been here before and you are still not subscribed, hit that subscribe button for old G-Ball. I would love to have you here. Otherwise, guys, I will catch you on the next one.